the most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real-world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Come on in, sit on down as Madness in May kicks off here in Fairbury in the Midgets. This is race number, well, Ryan, I've forgotten what race number this is. Race number 4 here tonight. Thank you, Ryan. Good. Good thing you're here with me tonight. Thank you guys for joining us. Hope everyone is strapped in and holding on tight, because we're going to have a wild one here at Fairbury in the Midgets. Race number 4 underway. And Ryan, you've been a part of practice here so far. What can we expect to see here tonight?
Okay, just like every other week here with the Madison May Triple Crown Series presented to you by Schaeffer's Racing. Well, drivers are going to simply try to navigate their cars in a circle as fast as they can here tonight. if you simply look at practice top, the top, about the top 10. So, qualifying here is going to be interesting. It's going to kick off here in just a matter of moments. And so throughout the course of not just this night, but qualifying and the heat races, this is a track that is a really a driver's track, and so is this car. There's a couple tracks on the server where it's very dependent on your setup and kind of more so the line you're at, a couple little things, and a little more technical. And this is more of a driver's track, especially with this dirt midget. It really depends on just how talented truly you are as a driver, and it really starts to come out and shine, especially when everybody's on the same playing field with a fixed setup. So as qualifying starts to get kicked off here, and we're going to see some of the drivers who were in the tops of practice, see how they do. Braden Fox led the way in practice, and he just barely led Justin Lewis and Anton Hernandez. And out of the gate, Anton Hernandez lays down a 12.359, which is a little more than a tenth faster, just less than a tenth faster of what he went in practice. So already here with qualifying underway, a couple of guys making a statement here early on.
Justin Lewis in the 77 machine, bringing his midget to the infield, good enough for third place on his qualifying effort. And another car coming to a stop. That was William Niederman, as so far 29 cars have taken a qualifying time while no cars are out on the track. Let's go ahead and take a moment and talk about what is coming up next Sunday night, May 17th. We will be at Knoxville with the Wing 410 Sprints. That is going to be another outstanding show. Hope you all join us for that one as well. And then not only that, but that will be race number 5. Coming into tonight, our point standings look like this, with our points being brought to you by CX Wallets. James Tiernan taking over the top spot. Jacob Gordon moving into second place. Skylar Brown sitting in third. Chase McDermott fourth. Dustin Griffiths in fifth. And Ryan, the points battle here, starting to see Tiernan open up the gap.
Yeah, and James Tiernan, we joked about it in our post race interview, but I wasn't as familiar with his background in terms of the dirt stuff, and he said he was more than comfortable with it, especially more so the midget than anything. He runs the wing sprint car very, very well, and he showed good in practice, has had speed in qualifying, so it looks like he might have a bit of work to do in his heat race. We'll see exactly how they seed out, as we're about 2.5 minutes until qualifying wraps up here officially. But him and Skylar Brown have been 1-2 the last couple of races. Expect probably something similar to that here tonight. But tell you what, the midget seems to be really the equalizer. A lot of guys on the server run the wing sprint car. More run the midget than I'd say the pavement car, obviously. So it's going to be interesting to see exactly how many guys can really kind of master this midget. I believe we have one race left after this to see exactly who can come out on top. I think these midget races might determine who can do it early. Anton Hernandez won the first midget race, and then he missed the following race due to having to race I believe the Sim Chili Bowl on Fox Sports 1. So see what he can continue in terms of his success. I know this has been an opportunity for other drivers. Chase McDermott was really good in the first midget race. Cody Trammell, John Steed, after missing the show, I believe, at Lernerville, and then kind of having a little bit of bad luck at IRP on Wednesday night. So a lot of guys with this dirt midget, really starts to open up more opportunities for them. And we talked about your point later, and Tiernan, he's qualified down around 20th or so, more towards the back half of the field. So he's gonna have some work to do, like I said.
All right, guys. Well, qualifying is less than a minute left in it, so let's go ahead and talk a little bit about who has helped make tonight's race possible. Schaeffer's Racing Oil, Dirty Dale's Diesel Performance and Auto, Herbert Properties, Gray Auto, Bob O'Link Liquors, CX Wallets, Quick Lifts, Union Graphics, Professional Concrete Cutting and Drilling, Paxson Flooring Installation, Murray's Automotive Detail and Performance, and Evan Gindling Plumbing. All those people really have helped make this show possible. All of them are sponsors in real life for these drivers out here. Since these drivers stuck at home, they wanted to do something for their sponsors, and they had turned to iRacing. But now we move to heat race number 1 as the drivers starting to take to the grid. And let's go through our lineup here for this heat race, brought to you by Gray Auto. Anton Hernandez in the 5 machine on pole with his quick time here tonight. Ricky Lewis on the outside of row number 1. Row 2 will be the 82 of Dustin Griffiths and the 12 of Dano Lindsay. Row 3 is going to be the 26 of Matt Thompson and the 22 of Alex Shipman. Row 4 will be the 02 of Dustin Engel and the 27 of Evan Mosley. And row 5, the 69 of Evan Gindling. Starting tail end of this field, 5 rows. We're going to see 9 drivers out here, but looks like Matt Thompson not able to take to the grid here, so already in and up behind the 8 ball.
Yeah, so as heat race number 1 starts to make their way around the speedway, like we've talked about a number of these guys that have been able to utilize their real-world sponsorship into the world of iRacing and into this series. That's kind of been the cool thing, is seeing guys, who do this. Some of them not professionally, but do this, quite a bit, or other guys who are just professional race car drivers, like our pole sitter, that get ready to showcase their sponsors here on iRacing. So heat race number 1 starts to get underway. Anton Hernandez didn't quite get the jump he looked for, but is able to ultimately get away good here in Herbert Properties heat race number 1. Ricky Lewis dives to his inside, just clears that front bumper, and Anton Hernandez is going to lead lap number 1 as the battle for second now goes on behind him between Lewis, Griffiths, and Alex Shipman.
Evan Mosley in the 27 machine sliding into 3rd, but he is battling with Alex Shipman in that 22. Shipman trying that bottom lane, and right now these drivers picking up the front end quite heavily, but Mosley in that 4th place holding on to the final transfer.
Yeah, so only the top 4 drivers are advancing into tonight's feature event, which as of right now is still held by Evan Mosley as he tickles the top side of turn number 3 and 4. We're just going to approach lap traffic here in just a couple of laps, most likely, as Anton Hernandez kind of picked an interesting line. He's not hugging right around the tractor tires, but it looks like pretty much him and Ricky Lewis are just hanging out maybe about a lane or so below that middle groove and just trying to get that to come. And that's the fun thing about here at Fairbury, is that bottom becomes oh so flat that you really can't run all the way down. There is problems for your second place driver in Dustin Griffiths. He catches the wall and nails the concrete in turn number 3 and 4. That takes him out of the show and moves Alex Shipman into the 4th and final transfer spot. And Shipman just got on the concrete wall as well in the backstretch.
Shipman able to right the ship though and keeps going on as we get our 1 to go, presented by Schaeffer Racing Oil. Anton Hernandez in the 5 machine, going to send it off into the corner, picks up the race win. Ricky Lewis, Evan Mosley, Alex Shipman all transferring on into the A main.
So pretty eventful heat race number 1 right there, presented by Herbert Properties, which was the first of, I believe, 4 heat races tonight. So we'll lock in 16 through the heats, and then I'd imagine 8 through the B main to make a 24 car field. Could potentially be 6, maybe, but I believe it'll be 8 here tonight. So it's heat race number 2, presented to you by Union Graphics. Get set to go. Here's KR Stolfus with your Gray Auto starting lineup.
Row number 1 is going to be the 40 of Chase McDermott, and on his outside, the 10 of Skylar Brown. Row number 2, the 59 of Jesse Vermillion, and the 44 of Michael Fischesser. Row number 3, the 127 of Stephen Hill, and the 91 of Chase Barber. Row 4 will be the 1 of Scotty Bradley and the 71 of John Hoy. And finally, supposed to be in row number 5, Marion Roth in the 47. However, that is none other than our Ryan Kent Jr. Thank you very much, Ryan, for doing double duty here tonight.
I can no longer keep away from my fame and all my fans by checking into hotels under the alias of Marion Roth. You just ruined it for me. Thanks. But I am very proud of you that you got Michael Chesser's name right. So I'm sure that his millions of fans are also thrilled with that correct pronunciation.
I'm not gonna lie, I have been practicing it all day.
You're just walking around the house saying Michael Chesser all day. And tonight, whenever you're trying to go to sleep, that's all you're going to be able to think about as well.
Absolutely. Right now, the 40 of Chase McDermott and the 10 of Skylar Brown on the front row, tucked in nice and safe behind the pace car. We did see one driver in heat race number 1 find the wall, end up upside down and in trouble. Nobody's safe from these walls here at Fairbury. But right now, Chase McDermott, Skylar Brown bringing them to the green flag, and Union Graphics heat race number 2 is underway. McDermott sends it up to the high side and turns 1 and 2, carries that left front, sets it down as he works his way through 3 and 4 now.
Skylar Brown just tickling the concrete on the top side of turn 3 and 4 and the top side of 1 and 2. Diamonds the corner off and slides the inside of McDermott. Looks to the inside, got on the binders a little hard right there and pulls the front wheels off the ground as Jesse Vermillion tries to take advantage of that and work his way around the outside. Brown kind of slides himself right there. Catch the cushion. Vermillion with a good run down the back chute and into turns number 3 and 4. Here quickly comes the 127 of Stephen Hill. It's a 3-car battle in the pursuit for the second spot as Chase McDermott leads out front.
McDermott out in front, Skylar Brown into second place here as we ride on board with our Nobles Tax Service camera. Vermillion in the 59 machine taking us around this Fairbury Speedway, carrying that left front, really sawing on the wheel. And Stephen Hill, John Hoy in pit road. They already are done with this Union Graphics heat race number 2.
Yeah, unfortunate break as well for Stephen Hill. As mentioned, he was in a transfer spot, kind of starting to throw dice up there and mix it up a little bit with the big boys up front. And, he's been very, very good throughout the course of this. He's been consistent. This has kind of lacked a little bit of luck, it seems like, in terms of trying to get himself into a consistent top 5. But Chase McDermott leads here on lap number 7, and they will see the simulated white flag this time by.
Scotty Bradley in the final transfer spot, and as I say that changes. Michael Fischesser right there in 4th place, but Chase McDermott gonna win his heat race. Skylar Brown 2nd, Jesse Vermillion 3rd, and 4th going to go to Michael Fischesser.
2 times in a row. How about that? Chase Barber just going to miss out on that final transfer.
So your heat race 2 brought to you by Union Graphics done and over with. Now it is time to move on to our 3rd heat race of the night as the drivers take to the grid. Let's take a moment to go through tonight's starting lineup, brought to you by Gray Auto. Row number 1, the 34 of Cody Trammell and the 73 of Blake Vermillion. Row 2 will be the 53 of Brayden Fox and the 11 of Matthew Beckwith. Row 3 will be the 41 of Jacob Gordon and the 2 of Austin Archdale. Row 4 will be the 24 of James Tiernan and the 4 of Justin Owen. And that is going to make up your your 3rd heat race starting lineup here tonight. James Tiernan in the back of this one, coming into tonight as your points leader for this Madness in May Triple Crown Series.
Yes, a couple of heavy hitters here in the series. This is a pretty loaded one, and there's been a couple of guys that have qualified fairly well. Brayden Fox, who was on top in practice, going to roll off 3rd in this one, his number 53 machine. So a couple of guys that are going to shake it up here as we kick off. Heat race number 3, presented to you by Murray's Automotive. Immediately, Trammell tries to slide Blake Vermillion. Vermillion keeps his momentum up there on the top side. Stick those left side tires in the slick. I think that's what might have got him right there, as he's going to pull back a couple car lengths out of your leader. Does get a good run on the entry of turn number 1 and 2. Diamond off the bottom, got a little tight right there. Pulled the front wheels off the ground, and that's going to allow Jacob Gordon to start to catch up to him and try to roll around the outside as Tiernan slides in there as well, and Gordon smacks the wall on the exit of the 4th corner.
One into pit lane already. That is the 2 of Austin Archdale. He's going to have to work his way through the qualifying mains. But meanwhile, the battle for second place really heating up. Vermillion and Tiernan going at it. Tiernan, who started back at the back, already into a transfer spot now, looking for second place, is going to cut off the 73 of Vermillion. And Blake now has to deal with 2 more cars. Blake trying to make it into the show here, holding on to that final transfer spot for the moment. This Murray's Automotive Heat Race number 3, really seeing a big mix-up here in the final transfer spot.
Yeah, it's all a battle for that final transfer spot. Trying to get into 4th. It's currently held by Blake Vermillion, who runs non-wing sprint cars around the bull rings of Indiana throughout the course of his, hopefully, summer. Hopefully they get back to racing here soon. I know Indiana Midget Week announced today, and he'll be able to hopefully run here soon. He's trying to get himself off the bubble right now. That light blue number 4 is Juice Box boy Justin Owen over there, who's just leading him by a second. The white flag is out. One more trip around here, KR.
And James Tiernan going to win this heat race with a last corner, last lap pass. Cody Trammell, Justin Owen, Blake Vermillion all making it in to the main event as we line up for heat race number 4. This one brought to you by Paxson Flooring and Installation. Let's go through our starting lineup. Your gray auto row number 1 will be the 77 of Justin Lewis. On his outside, the 7 of John Steed. Row number 2 going to be made up of Tyler Kendall in the 20 and the 21 of Corey Clay. Row 3 will be the 39 of Cole Murray and the 98 of Brandon Morin. And finally, row number 4 going to be the 33 of Shane O'Banion and the 28 of William Niederman. So heat race number 4 rolling out. 2 pace laps to get these drivers into position, get the nerves settled down. But Justin Lewis, John Steed, Tyler Kendall, Corey Clay, all looking up pretty for the moment. Pace truck away. We get ready to go green flag racing in heat race number 4. And here we go. Green flag is out. 8 laps in this heat race. And Justin Lewis working the inside line. Steed forgot he was in a midget, tried to be a skateboard. Gonna set it back down on all 4s, but he is gonna drop way back behind this field.
Yeah, Steed looks like he'll slot into the 7th spot, I believe. Yeah, right behind William Netterman. And right now, your top 4, actually really your top 5, started being able to break away. Shane O'Banion right now, and his car number 33 is on the outside looking in, and his the black and yellow number 33 midget as he tries to chase down and tickle the top side. The top continues to slowly move higher and higher, but something that's a little unique about Fairbury here is that actually, especially as you get off turn number 4, a little bit off of turn number 2, but maybe for those of you that haven't ever run iRacing or haven't run, especially here on Fairbury on the dirt, as the track gets wider and wider and you run the cushion in turn number 4, you got to watch out because that wall will pretty much just reach out and just about grab you. As it looked like we had a car go around, that was Cole Murray. He was in the 3rd or 4th transfer spot, certainly, and he just lost it to Shane O'Banion as he got into a tango right there and did not win.
Justin Lewis in the 77 out in front. That 98 machine, that is Brandon Morin just in front of him. Morin is on the tail end of the lead lap here, but Lewis coming around 3 and 4. He is going to make his way across the start finish line. Final time around. Here comes Corey Clay in the 21 to challenge for the race lead down the backstretch. Lewis going to dive down to the inside, but Corey Clay going to try and work the bottom as they split a lap car. Lewis going to win this one. Corey Clay is going to make contact and fall all the way to 5th place. He was unable to cross the start finish line. and Justin Lewis gonna win heat race number 4.
That's a pretty, we've had a couple guys have really, really tough breaks here. 2 guys who had speed there that are unfortunately unable to make the big dance. But now we're going to be on to a B main. This is kind of your last chance showdown. 17 cars in this one, including a couple of bigger names. Braden Fox was really, really fast. He's going to roll off 15th here in the B. John Steed's going to roll off 16th. Stephen Hill had plenty of speed. He rolls off to 10th. So, man, you're going to have a great auto starting lineup right here, KR. And there's a lot of big names that might be sitting out of this one.
Dustin Engel and Chase Barber are going to make up row number 1. Row 2 will be the 41 of Jacob Gordon and the 98 of Brandon Morin. Row 3 will be the 69 of Evan Ginling and the 1 of Scotty Bradley. Row 4 will be the 2 of Austin Archdale and the 21 of Corey Clay. Row 5 will be the 12 of Dano Lindsay and the 127 of Stephen Hill. Row 6 will be the 11 of Matthew Beckwith and the 28 of William Niederman. Row 7 will be the 82 of Dustin Griffiths and the 71 of John Hoy, but John not making it to the grid here. Row 8 will be the 53 of Braden Fox and the 7 of John Steed. Row 9 will be the 26 of Matt Thompson and the 47 of Marion Roth, which is our very own Ryan Kent joining me in the booth here tonight.
How many times can you possibly mention it in one day?
Every time you show up on the grid, I guess.
I guess so.
All right, so your B main getting ready to fire off. 12 laps here at Fairbury. Gonna go quick. Drivers gonna have to hustle these race cars to get into position. Top 8 drivers going to advance. Here we go. Dustin Engel on the inside, waiting for the green flag, and Engel picks up the front end, but up on top, the 91 of Chase Barber gonna try and rip the lip and takes over the top spot.
And they are slicing and dicing 2, 3, 4 wide in a couple spots. Cars starting to scatter all around this Fairbury American Legion Speedway, as it is officially known there in the northern part of the state of Illinois. Might not see any real racing in Fairbury this year, but we're seeing one heck of a B main right now, filled with a couple of A main stars. As out front right now, it's Chase Barber, Jacob Gordon, a couple of the studs who also are pretty daggone good in the wing sprint car. Trying to lead this B main is Corey Clay and Brandon Morin try to chase him down, but Morin right now has company on the inside from Scotty Bradley, who can slice and dice in one of these in real life, and he and Morin just about make contact up there for the 4th spot. But we're not transferring the top 4, transferring the top 8 out of this B main into the big dance.
Right now, your 8th place is the 12 of Dano Lindsay. He's solidly in 8th place. Doesn't have any cars around him. He has got 7 more laps to go. Just got to keep it together for 7 laps, and he will make it in here tonight. But the 41 of Jacob Gordon battling with the 21 of Corey Clay for the race lead. The 41 up on the high side. Clay going to go around as he made contact with a lap car. Gets it sorted out and stays inside the top 4.
And that's a little bit of luck right there as well. We've seen a lot of bad luck go on, but sometimes it takes a little bit of good luck and being on the right side of the bed when you woke up this morning, I guess, to be able to hang on to things. But I tell you what, the battle for the lead is not quite over yet. I know he's just kind of waiting time and waiting patiently as Jacob Gordon. He's taking a look to the inside right now. You got a couple cars flipping up ahead, and Gordon just about got involved in it. So did your leader. My goodness, they were able to somehow avoid all that. At least the top 3, where it looks like Brandon Morin was as well. Chaos right in front of the leaders.
Chase Barber in the 91 going to take over the race lead. He's going to see 2 laps to go. They're still crashing back behind them. And right now, we only have 9 cars out on the track. So everyone else has made their way onto pit road. So this B main has really taken its toll on some of these drivers. But right now, Chase Barber looking at the final lap here in the B main. Corey Clay in the 21 down to the inside. Going to try and win this one. Picks up the front end and a right rear to the Nerf bar at the line. Barber gonna win it. Clay in second. Jacob Gordon third. Fourth goes to Brandon Morin. Dano Lindsay finishing in fifth, or I'm sorry, sixth. Dustin Griffith seventh. And your final transfer will be Austin Archdale.
Well, I think they saved 4 heat races worth of chaos for one 12-lap B main, because that was pretty hectic.
That it was. So guys, we do have a warm-up here while we have a moment to talk a little bit about some stuff going on. Do want to thank our sponsors here tonight: Schaeffer's Racing Oil, Dirty Dale's Diesel Performance and Auto, Herbert Properties, Gray Auto, Bob O'Link Liquors, CX Wallets, Quick Lifts, Union Graphics, Professional Concrete Cutting and Drilling, Paxson Flooring Installation, Murray's Automotive Detail and Performance, and Evan Ginling Plumbing. So guys, while all this warm-up is going on, we're going to take a quick break. No one go anywhere. We'll be back with tonight's starting lineup. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Drivers breaking in this track here at Fairbury for the A main. About a 2-minute 45 seconds left here in this warm-up session. So Ryan, these drivers getting that last little bit of jitters out, getting a good feel for the track, but it's really starting to slick off here in corner entry. We're going to start seeing these guys looking all around the track for somewhere to run.
Yeah, like I said, you're really going to start to search for grip and search for comfort as this race goes on. And like I said, man, the bottom is so flat here, right around the tractor tires, that it's really, really hard to hit that consistently. Whereas you move up about a groove and a half, similar to like where we saw a couple of the leaders like Canton Hernandez, running in their heat races. But man, like if you're running the top, that wall kind of jets out off turn number 4, that cushion just ends all of a sudden. So you really have to make sure about the apex of the corner, theoretically on the top of turn number 3 and 4, top of the turn number 1 and 2 around the cushion. But man, you have to really, really, really make sure that you hit your spots and instead of hitting the wall. This is the 40-lap feature event, which seems like a lot, but with lap times, as fast as they're going to be, this is going to be a rapid, rampant pace.
It sure will. And a couple drivers, we're seeing them try and run that high side, getting it wrong, smacking the wall time and time again. But I'll tell you, I'm guilty of that, doing it in practice. I like to see just how hard I can push my race car in these warm-up sessions, so I know, you know what, maybe I shouldn't do it that way in the race.
Yeah, that's a little test and see. That's what I try to do, KR. Whenever I'm on iRacing, that's simply enough why I crash so much. Is I'm just trying to make sure that everything, that it'll either hold up well, or that I just know how far to push it. And I haven't quite figured out how far I can push it yet, so I just continue to crash.
The other thing is, Ryan, what you do is you say, I'm just testing the iRacing physics, make sure they're still working and everything is operational. Yeah,
I'm a business scientist. I didn't pass high school biology, but I know race car, circle, zoom, zoom, so that's about it.
Race car, circle, zoom, zoom, go fast. But warm-up session down to 25 seconds. And then we will kick off tonight's A main. But Ryan, spent a lot of time on dirt here in iRacing. These corners are starting to slick off, and drivers are really having to wheel these things. These midgets get a hold of something, go from slick to a little bit of forward bite. Very easy to pick up the front end and carry that all the way down the straightaway.
Yeah, this is a car that, especially with a fixed setup, this is one of those cars that, man, it's really, really nice to kind of have your own, mojo going. And so, that's one of the benefits is with this league, guys have been given setups, far, far in advance, to where they can get in and get practice and, be able to get comfortable. So by this time, they've been able to figure that stuff out.
All right, guys. So as the drivers take to the grid, it is time to send them to the green flag. Let's go through tonight's gray auto starting lineup. Row number 1, the 5 of Anton Hernandez and the 40 of Chase McDermott. Row 2, the 24 of James Tiernan and the 77 of Justin Lewis. Row 3, the 07 of Ricky Lewis and the 10 of Skylar Brown. Row 4, the 34 of Cody Trammell and the 20 of Tyler Kendall. Row 5, the 27 of Evan Mosley and the 59 of Jesse Vermillion. Row 6, the 4 of Justin Owen and the 33 of Shane O'Banion. Row 7, the 22 of Alex Shipman, the 44 of Michael Fischesser. Row 8, the 73 of Blake Vermillion, the 39 of Cole Murray. Row 9, Chase Barber, Corey Clay. Row 10, the 41 of Jacob Gordon, the 98 of Brandon Morin. Row 11, Scotty Bradley, the 12 of Dano Lindsay. Row 12, the 82 of Dustin Griffiths and the 2 of Austin Archdale. As Anton Hernandez brings them around, the green flag flies. We're underway here for 40 laps at Fairbury.
Everybody out and away. It looks like a little bit of chaos there back in the pack, more towards the later half of the field. A couple guys starting to bang off each other, but ultimately it's Anton Hernandez here out front as he will tick to the top in turns number 1 and 2 and circuit down the backstretch for the second time now as he's able to lead lap number 1. James Tiernan slots in behind him. Like I said, we talked about Tiernan, who didn't have the best luck in his heat race early on, and then was able to just stay with it and stay consistent. And all of a sudden now he's finding himself in what's a great looking car at number 24. Put himself up to the front of the pack right now as he rides in that second spot.
Hernandez working that bottom lane, Tiernan up on the high side, and you can see Hernandez really pulling away there. Had a good run through the corner. Tiernan driving this thing hard, trying to catch up to him, and Hernandez looking very smooth right now as they are starting to catch up to the 22 of Alex Shipman.
This is a track and a car that you cannot get too wound up. And when I say that, I don't mean in terms of getting your momentum going. I'm talking about sometimes, especially if you get off the corner here, your wheel is turned so far to the left, but then you have to cork it back right, you have to cork it back left to get into the corner, where you really just start to send the car. Now in real life, you can make adjustments for that, but especially here on the server, especially with a fixed setup, it's really, really difficult as we get a yellow flag out and just about caught a couple of leaders by surprise.
We did a couple cars getting in trouble. I believe one of those being the 39 of Cole Murray. Not 100% sure, so let's go to our turn 3 instant replay. See if we can figure out exactly what happened. Maybe it was the 22. No, it was the 39 and the 22 getting together. So the 39 of Cole Murray coming to a stop on the track, bringing out our first caution here of the night. Anton Hernandez in the 5 machine, your race leader. He has led all 8 completed laps. Ryan, that 5 machine looking very stout here right now.
Yeah, he was very, very fast during Kokomo whenever he picked up the win. Ran into a couple issues there. It's just kind of funny how, especially in these midget races, we continue to see some of the same guys at the front. As he and McDermott were battling it out for the feature event win there. Seems like them, Tiernan, maybe Cody Trammell, Ricky Lewis, Connor Brown not far behind. Evan Mosley, who's throughout the course of this has shown a lot of speed and runs not only sprint cars around the bull rings of Indiana on a regular basis, and he's been able to have a solid run, moved up a couple spots to 7th. Zenton Hernandez and his bright orange Baldwin Brothers number 5 team, just like his non-league sprint car, the USAC National Sprint Car Trail, he leads us back to green. On that restart, McDermott and Tiernan start to go at it for the 2nd spot. As Hernandez pulls away, it's a side-by-side battle back behind him for 2nd, 3rd, 4th, as McDermott spun his tires in the slick right there and lost the spot to Cody Trammell.
Hernandez, Tiernan, and Trammell sitting 1, 2, and 3. Tiernan trying to get that bite down on the inside. Hernandez holding him off, but these drivers have switched their lines up as Hernandez slides up a little bit, but finds some good forward bite. Now he's going to go way up high. Tiernan right through the middle off of the corner. Hernandez still holding on to that race lead, but now they are catching up to the 39 of Cole Murray to try and put him 1 lap down as Hernandez starting to pull away from Tiernan, but he's going to get into that outside wall. That's going to cause him to bounce a little bit, but he keeps that top spot for the moment.
Right now he controls a lead of just about 1.4 seconds or so, as we're going to have a yellow flag out, as there was a couple of cars that had found their way either capsized or facing the wrong direction on the compass, and that's going to bring out a yellow flag here with 17. We're working on lap number 17 of 40.
The 91 of Chase Barber was pointed in the wrong direction, so let's see what happened to Barber. He is going to catch the infield tractor tire and tumble up the speedway, gets rolling, collects Murray right in front of the leaders, and finally shuts it down.
Yep, got to hit that escape button as quick as possible right there, KR.
So back under yellow we go. Our yellows here tonight are brought to you by Quick Lifts. This is our 2nd caution of the night. We are getting close to the halfway point. So far, it has been all Anton Hernandez in the 5 machine.
Yep, he's been smooth. He's been smart. There's going to be a interesting pace here as we work towards the second half of this race and see exactly how he kind of manages his car, manages his tires. Just something to monitor here. Exactly how hard he pushes himself. Not sure exactly what kind of tools he's working with. He's got a spotter. He's got that rear view mirror, but he's good on another restart. So he starts to pull away from Tiernan and just tickle the top side. Man, running the cushion is hard here, and he's able to do it perfectly there in turns number 1 and 2.
We go on board with the 5, looking out the back. You can see Tiernan briefly. This fuel tank scraping the outside wall just to show you how close he is running there. And the caution flag going to come out once again. And this time it looks like trouble has found Scotty Bradley. Let's take another look at this one. We go to our turn 3 instant replay. Bradley in the 1 machine down on the inside here. Blake Vermillion in the 73 right there. Contact up and over, and he is going to quickly escape out, just like you mentioned. Good idea to do that. But so far, Anton Hernandez not really facing too much of a challenge. Tiernan gonna have to figure something out to do on these restarts.
Yeah, with how the track is, it's, I talked about how flat it is down here on the bottom. You can see it if you just kind of depending throughout watching that bottom line, man, it's slick down there. It's super flat. It's really hard to consistently hit, and even if you just barely miss it, your right rear, which you drive off the right rear, especially in these kind of cars, you try to as much, and it's kind of what most guys lean on. You're just going to spin it in the slick. Good restart right there for Tiernan. Better restart though for Lewis, as he's going to dodge to the outside here in turns number 1 and 2, trying to keep his momentum up as McDermott's going with him. Look like Lewis caught the concrete a little bit, and Cody Trammell slides to the inside for that 3rd spot, and McDermott and Lewis get together in the battle for what will ultimately be 4th. They go 3 wide into turns number 1 and 2. Trammell slides up a little bit, gives room to McDermott. Lewis into the concrete wall. Battle for the lead with Tiernan and Hernandez. Tiernan able to slide him off the exit of turn number 4. New leader James Tiernan here on lap number 28. We've got a caution on the speed.
The 44 Fish Session. Oh, I messed that up. Michael Fischesser in trouble. Let's go to our instant replay. Take another look at this one as he ended up on his roll cage. How did this happen? The 44 turning into a turtle. This track has really slicked off. The inside line working for Tiernan, but you can see that outside is slick. The 44 gets into the outside wall and goes tumbling, bringing out our caution here for the moment. The 24 of Tiernan was able to use that inside lane, take the lead away from the 5 of Anton Hernandez. Hernandez stuck on that high side, but it does not seem to be working as well as it was just a few laps ago.
Yeah, like I said, it's really, really difficult to continue to hit the top here, and just a slight mistake here with this, especially as fast as laps, and it's you can get eaten up quickly with that. The most important thing here is if you make a mistake on one lap, to not let that continue on, just like you would in real life or like I do on the golf course. Just because you make one mistake, you can't let it continue to parlay into more and more and more. So we get set for this restart here from Tiernan, just kind of a clean, fresh slate, and see what these guys can do. As Hernandez is going to go right back to where his bread and butter's been all day long, back up to the top side of turn number 2.
Now Hernandez tries to go down to the bottom, slides up to the high side, finds some forward bite, but not enough. Tiernan into the lead and holding on, really working that inside lane, stays tucked down along the tractor tires, running that as close as he can. Here comes Hernandez down to the inside. He's going to pick up the front end, trying to carry it, not able to do that. And now we got one going around. I believe that was Cody Trammell. So Cody Trammell in the 34, battling for second place, catching the tractor tire, spinning it around. Let's go back to our instant replay and see exactly what happened to the 34. This track really slick. The 5 of Hernandez drove it in deep. That pushed the 34 out of the line he wanted to be in. Now he sends it back down, catches that left front on the tractor tire and backs up into the field, but gets it rolling and loses quite a few spots. He's going to fall from 3rd all the way down to 11th.
Yeah, with just a couple laps left, I believe we're going to have a green-white caution here. Going to pretty much be out of contention for a win. It is ultimately on paper not too terrible in terms of the overall points, and trying to chase a championship. But just in front of him, we haven't talked really about Jacob Gordon, who had a strong run, and pretty much him and Corey Clay have followed each other through the pack. They started 18th and 19th with Corey Clay and Jacob Gordon. Now they're up to 9th and 10th as we get set for what, knock on wood, could be our final restart. Looks like we're going to have 3 laps to go. Tiernan on the bottom, and that number 98 rolls that same paint scheme no matter what kind of open wheel car he tries to run. And Hernandez on the top side of his Baldwin Brothers number 5. Tried to pinch there in 3 and 4. Gets a good run to the outside. Drifts it up to the cushion. Keeps it off the concrete. Straightens her back out. And loses the backstretch. McDermott tries to throw his nose in there as well this time in turn number 3 and 4. Then we've got a caution. Anton Hernandez up and over in turn number 4.
Hernandez going over along with, I want to say, a few other cars, but let's go ahead and back this up as a lot happened under this yellow. So the first one coming out, not sure what happened there. Oh, it looked like Ricky Lewis going over, and then Anton Hernandez going to catch the wall. He flips on his lid. So 2 midgets, 3 midgets, all flipping individually here. And so the yellow flag coming out, but we are going to have a green-white checkered attempt now. James Tiernan in the 98, now leading without the 5 of Anton Hernandez for the first time to restart behind him. Anton, after leading 27 laps, sits on pit road and starting to head to his race trailer. Not the night that the 5 wanted to have for sure.
Yeah, it's a tough break for him. He, like I said, he won the race at Kokomo, and going to be an early exit here after being so dominant. So a green-white checkered finish upcoming here. Tiernan, McDermott, and Evan Mosley, along with Justin Owen, your top four. Shane O'Bannon as we get back to the restart. Decent restart right there for McDermott. Pitches are a little too sideways, but we're going to have another caution. And McDermott's going to slide Tiernan to turn number 3 and 4, just kind of for, I guess, for security purposes right there. But not sure what he's got on, obviously, in terms of some things helping him out. But we're going to have another green-white checker here, it appears.
That we are, and I'm not 100% sure what that caution was for. So we're just going to chalk that one up as I missed that one. So I apologize, guys. But yeah, another shot at a green-white checkered. Tiernan in the 98, out in front. McDermott second. Third, Evan Mosley. Fourth, Justin Owen. And fifth is the 33 of Shane O'Bannon. O'Bannon really having a good, solid showing here.
Yeah, he's had a good run. Corey Clay's had a good run. Jacob Gordon with a good run. Brandon Moran's gone 20th tonight. So there's been some good runs for some of these guys. And then there's others like, unfortunately, Skylar Brown's gone 6 to 6. The guy just in front of him, All-Star Shell's gone up 9 spots. So just having kind of some patience and endurance has helped you out here as we get set for what should be the final restart as Tiernan is off and away.
Evan Mosley going to take us on board for this restart. Everyone goes up to the high side. Tiernan, McDermott, Mosley down the backstretch. Now Tiernan going to try and work his way through the middle. McDermott down to the bottom at the line. They're in a dead even heat. And McDermott sliding to the race lead as Mosley gets into the wall. Final lap here at Fairbury. Tiernan sliding up high. McDermott down on the bottom. And McDermott gave it all he had and just smacks the outside wall, but he is going to end up in third place. So McDermott finishing third. Second goes to Evan Mosley, and James Tiernan picks up the race win here tonight in the 24 machine. He does some victory celebration on the front stretch. Man, oh man, what a race. Guys, we're going to step away from the microphones for just a minute and set up our post-race show. No one go anywhere. We'll be back to talk to our podium finishing drivers. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we have caught up to our race winner, and that is none other than the 98 of James Tiernan. James, congratulations on the race win here tonight at Fairbury.
I appreciate it always. This one was kind of hard fought. Didn't have an easy victory. Couldn't really escape from anyone today. And I thought it was a fantastic race from the heat. I didn't qualify so well. I'm terrible with tight cars, and you kind of saw me struggle quite a bit there. So making sure that I was just hitting my marks and stuff was a little bit more of a struggle than usual. So that was a good race. I had a lot of fun. Chase kind of, I think, stuffed it a little bit at the end, and Anton as well. So it would have been certainly an interesting race between us three if we had all kind of kept it together till the end.
Yeah, it was a unique battle all night long for the race lead, as maybe, you know, the first place car would go high, second place go low, and then every now and then y'all would switch it up and then throw in a third car there. It was an epic battle at the front of the field for sure.
just trying to find the moisture without your car getting too tight. If you hit that hill at the exit of 4, it's just going to send your car high and it's going to lose all your speed. So it was kind of interesting finding that mix between keeping your momentum up and getting in that.
All right, man. Well, congratulations on the race win here tonight. Any shout outs or thank yous you'd like to give?
Absolutely. First and foremost, I'd like to thank Ergot Real Estate, the Racers Real Estate. I also like to thank Fairway Mortgage, Catch Fence Apparel. Also like to thank Anderson Speedway. Again, another one I forgot to mention in the past 2 weeks. So they do the little 500 every year. Please do check them out. And Over the Wall Photography, Motorsports Beat, and Jessup Logistics. And Paints by the Tuna Can. And Baden Stewart and BS Air. Go follow them on Twitter. And that is all. And lastly, thank you guys for putting this broadcast on, because this series is awesome. I love it. I have a lot of fun. I like the broadcast. You guys do a great job. So thank you guys as well.
That is your race winner, the 24 of James Tiernan, getting it done out here tonight at Fairbury. And Ryan, we're going to let you talk to our second place finisher. Yeah, I can do math.
Yep. Second place finisher, which typically comes after first, and he did tonight, but a good run for Evan Mosley. Evan, appreciate you taking a moment here. You go from 9th to 2nd. You were pretty much patient there. You watched that battle in front of you, and ultimately you come away with a second place and a podium. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. This was really fun tonight. I love Fairbury and the Midgets. One of my favorite things to run on here. Had a good time.
You've, I said during the broadcast that it seems like you've had plenty of speed. You've had a little bit of bad luck and kind of some things not go your way. I'm sure it feels good as a real world race car driver to step in here and have some success in what was a pretty hectic and chaotic night. And you have a good run in your heat race there. You're able to get to 3rd and then just work your way forward during the feature.
Oh yeah, I stepped on it in qualifying. Qualified in the back, and I started last in the heat race, and I got up to 4th, and it was good. Track was slick, so the car was super loose. I wish I could have had my uncle Steve Fox tweaking on that thing, get me a little snugger towards the end.
There you go. Who makes your effort here? I know with our racing, and then your real world racing, which hopefully you can get back to here soon. I know we got some good news about that today. Who makes it possible for you?
More than anybody, I'd say my dad, and we got a new sponsor this year, CB Fabricating out of Anderson. It's actually he's my employer now, so hopefully we can get running soon and ready to go hit Putnamville and Gas City and all them joints. So.
Well, there you go. We will see you there. Congratulations on a great run tonight. I believe your first podium here with the Triple Crown Series and Madness from May, presented by Schaeffer's Racing Oil, and we'll see you next week, or not next week, here in just a couple of days at Knoxville in the 410 Wing Car.
All righty, thank you.
Evan Mosley, your second place finisher tonight, KR.
So Fairbury done and in the books. Now drivers set their sights on Knoxville Raceway as we're going to bring out the big Mamma Jammas for dirt, the winged 410 sprint cars, and race number 4 done and over with. Knoxville going to be race number 5. Ryan, this season moving along quickly. Madness in May living up to its name.
Yeah, I tell you what, like we kind of joked with the, at the top of the broadcast. I wasn't sure at the end of the race, on Wednesday at IRP, or today's Wednesday, on Sunday at IRP, if just how much experience James Tiernan had in the midget, and just how good he'd be if that would maybe hamper him in terms of the championship. And he pretty much just stuck a sock in it out tonight, because not only did he get the win, but it's his 3rd win in a row. And for a guy that is as good as he is in the wing sprint car, he might be able to make it 4 at Knoxville. But a fantastic night. I believe the quickest night we've had a racing, just a rampant pace. Man, I wish we had Fairbury just about every night, because it's pretty daggone fun.
That it was, guys. Nothing left here tonight but to go through our race results. James Tiernan, your race winner. Evan Mosley bringing it home in 2nd. Chase McDermott finishing in 3rd. 4th, the 4 machine of Justin Owen, and bringing up your top 5, the 33 of Shane O'Banion.
I believe your hard charger tonight goes, tied for hard charger. Corey Clay goes from 18th up to 6th. A good run for him. Cody Trimble had a strong run early, battled for the lead, and ultimately finishes 7th. Brandon Moore, and also a good run from the B main and starting 20th up to his 8th finishing spot. Jacob Gordon from 19th to 9th, and Jesse Vermillion starts and finishes in 10th.
11th place, the 39 of Cole Murray. Dano Lindsay finishing 12 in the 12 machine. 13th goes to the 73 of Blake Vermillion. Skylar Brown finishing in 14th, and rounding out your 15th spot, the 2 of Austin Archdale.
Finishing 16th and 1 lap off the lead pace is Tyler Kendall. Scotty Bradley finishes 17th. Chase Barber 18th. He led a number of laps, led about 30 or so. Was Anton Hernandez, who ultimately found the concrete wall in turn number 4 and found himself upside down. He finishes 19th, and also with a great run, was battling for a podium spot and potentially a win tonight, was Ricky Lewis. He finishes in 20th.
21st, the 77 of Justin Lewis. 22nd, Michael Fischesser. 23rd, Dustin Griffiths. 24th, Alex Shipman. And that is going to do it for your results, Ryan. We say goodbye to Fairbury, but we move on to next race being Knoxville.
Yep, next week.